Where my retired people at? I'm Jenna with Present Path Tarot, and I want to tell you why it's great to get a tarot reading when you're getting retired. I've been reading for most of my life and professionally for 13 years, so I love different types of readings that I give, but one of my favorite kinds of readings to give is for retired people, people who are going into retirement. You know yourselves so well. You already have done so much of life's work to develop yourself. I love helping people navigate to growth from a place of understanding of themselves. Because tarot readings are very much about the opportunity to consider your life from a place of wisdom. So if you start with wisdom, the reading goes into a lot more depth. When you're going into retirement, there's a space of uncertainty that you might not have felt in many years, and the tarot is all about these moments of uncertainty. Transitional phases in life are the best time to get a reading. And going into retirement is an opportunity where I feel there's that road of kind of slowing down, or there's that road of finding a balance in your life where you're enacting new visions for yourself. I love that the tarot can help you balance those two out, that you want to maybe take it easy in some ways, but also engage deeper in ways in your life that you haven't been able to while raising a family, working at full time, making a household functional. You've done all of that at the same time. I'm also a yoga teacher, and in yogic philosophy, there's different phases of our life, and you have just come out of the householder phase. In yoga, or in India, the concept is that you're ready for a spiritual phase after retirement. That's the point where you have accomplished raising a family and creating a life for yourself that was stable and structured, and now you're ready for the exploration into the spiritual, the divine. For me, tarot is a spiritual practice. It's an opportunity to have a conversation with someone who's curious about where your spiritual journey can be most vividly enacted into a vibrant, vivacious life. You've worked so hard to get to this point that you finally get to relax, and there's kind of a almost puberty-like moment of, what do I do with this? And I love being a part of the conversation with people as to how they can make the most of their next phase. So let's talk about the kinds of cards that might come up in a retirement reading. The funny thing is, the kings and queens represent the masters, and clearly you've mastered something when you get to retirement age. But what I love is that the pages and knights come up a lot for the phases that you're ready to step into, the things that you're new and fresh to. It's so important that we keep our minds plastic. If you've heard this expression, your plasticity of your mind is your ability to learn new things and see things from new perspectives. And the tarot often is asking you to do that by giving you pages and knights in different areas of your life that you're ready to go exploring into. You might even get a card like the Fool, which is telling you you're off on a new adventure, and that might also be saying to go travel. Another card for travel would be the Chariot card, where you're ready to head off into a new direction, and it might be even to build a new reputation in some area, maybe an art form you want to design and step into. Or it could be that you're ready to go on a physical trip abroad and get in a car and start traveling. Often the Emperor and the Empress card come up in these readings, which is the mother and the father figure. This often relates to how you were raised by your family and your own impression of what happens in retirement based on your mother or father's experience. It also can come up to represent how you're holding that place as mother or father to your kids today, who are hopefully grown by now. It's a neat experience to consider. You're stepping into retirement. What is your impression of what retirement is about based on other people before you who you've witnessed, even family and friends? And how are you trying to present retirement to the people who you've raised yourself? If the Hermit card comes up, I'm wondering if it's time for you to step into teaching what you already know, or go on a spiritual path to go study something that you're ready to study. The Hermit card can also represent being alone, and I hope that people will find a way to seek community in retirement, since many of us get our community from our workplace. Along with the Fool card that's kind of helping you to go and divine into your own adventure again, is the Temperance card, which is saying, who do you want to become in this next phase of your life, and how do you want to integrate them into who you have been? How do you want to let go of where you've been and at the same time keep some precious jewels from what you've experienced in life? This is about transcend and include. You're transcending that which you were, but you're also including that which you were in the right balance. And this is a wonderful card that's almost like a puberty card. Again, like the death card can be a puberty card. It's not about death, it's about change and transformation. And so is the temperance card, which is about integration of your changes that you're going through. When retired people get the devil card, I kind of think, well, maybe this is a time for them to go live a little hedonistically. Often the devil card is about what attachments are holding us back, which is a good question to ask yourself. But it's also about letting yourself go a little wild. So if you get maybe a mixture of the devil card and the moon card, might be time to go and let loose, party a bit, have some fun. The moon card can also be about looking at your shadow self. So like the temperance card of integrating the old and the new, it's about integrating the dark sides of you and the light sides of you into your whole self and accepting and acknowledging that which you feel regret about, maybe feelings of failure. Those feelings need to be included in yourself, loved by yourself, so you can step forward into retirement with a state of wholeness. Some people also need to share their wholeness with the world. When they get the Judgment card or the Ace of Swords with the Judgment card, I take that as meaning it is time for you to write your story, share your memoirs with the world. I know an amazing writing coach for this named Dawn Montefusco, and I highly recommend you check her out if you're trying to get out your memoirs. She's an incredible memoir coach. Writing your story can be a really powerful thing to do, and it's a way for you to heal as well as for you to help others experience history, experience life through your eyes. Highly recommend that if you want to write your memoirs, you're craving that, and you pull the Judgment card or the Ace of Swords, get your pen and paper out and get to it. We need this. Consider that we as a world need this from you to share with us. And in general, as an overview, if you're pulling your own cards going into retirement, you can consider that the wands are telling you to get active, to go be inspired. The swords are probably telling you to slow your mind, meditate, and lower your worries. And the pentacles are typically going to be telling you to build something new because you need a project. You're just a project maker. And the cups are about taking care of your artistic, spiritual side, your emotional side, and making sure you're having a full experience of all the emotions in this life. We already have to deal with grief. You may as well get the most and take in all the joy you can. So I hope this has been helpful for you today to consider reading your own cards as you go into retirement, as well as getting a reading from someone. Go look around for a reader who you resonate with. I hope that person would be me, but make sure you get a tarot reading when you step into retirement to enliven your life into this new phase with the most support possible. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to my page, please, and go live life fully.